Hello, I'm Karis Ens, and today I have my illustrator Crystal Moody with me, who has been working on my Piano Boy comic books.
Hello.
And today she's going to tell us a little bit about her process with working on the illustrations and how she's come up with the characters.
Well, my child takes piano from Miss Karis and has been for a couple years, so that has been wonderful. And so when she came to me about asking me to illustrate, I kind of decided what better opportunity than to draw my son in as the main character because I can kind of relate with the storyline about how
Mm-hmm.
the children are like trying to do everything but what they're supposed to be
Yep.
doing. So it was a really fun story, and I had the privilege and the opportunity to draw my son in as the main character and was kind of able to, capture some, kids' emotions like, have you done your homework? And then they kind of give you that, like, ah. Or, they're walking around the neighborhood and then they're headed to class. And or like when children have, like, you ask the child, you say, hey, did you do your homework? And the child has all these excuses, but the reality is, so I kind of incorporated that in the story where the child will be like, oh, well, I had to do my
Mm-hmm.
mother's dishes, all
Yep.
night. And he's imagining that there are dishes just piled up to the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
when in reality there's very little dishes to do. Or, in the story, we had some fun, and he says, oh, well, I was busy building a sandcastle all day. So we took the sandcastle to the extreme.
Yes.
And then he'll say, like, oh, I had to go grocery shopping for my mother, when
Mm-hmm.
this child can't drive and go grocery shopping. So then we drew in a police character chasing the minivan, and the ketchup comes to life. So we had a lot of fun with some of the moments. And then I was also able, just which made it really fun, was I was also able to incorporate, you know, um, let's see, the house and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So our piano teacher's house, we
Yeah.
went and took a picture of it. And I went on Google Earth, and
Yes.
I went through the neighborhood, and I kind of captured the whole neighborhood in the story and incorporated the children of the neighborhood into the story and the neighbors. So it'll be a fun time. So there's her house, and
Yeah, it looks just like my house too.
he's walking through the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, and then we even take it further to where we're at her front door, and you can see her kitty in the
Mm-hmm.
window, and you can see the brick on her house, and you can see her piano. At the time it was wooden,
Yes.
and now she's got a new piano. So you'll have to stay tuned for the next story to see the new piano drawn in. So we just really kept things like lifelike, but we
Mhm.
also kept them exaggerated in the colors.
Mhm.
And then we kept it exaggerated in the actions where he springs into action over the piano bench and out the door. Any reason to do what he is supposed to be doing, like
Yes.
most children. So yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted Crystal Moody to do my illustrations because I've seen how bold her colors are in previous works of hers. And I wanted it nice and bold. I wanted color, and I wanted the illustrations to come to life and be exaggerated in a sense because that would bring the young readers' attention to the book and want to read the book as well as look at the illustrations.
Yes, and that's something I really went for. I wanted to keep everybody interested, engaged, and keep it kind of fun. She also had mentioned that she showed me some of the examples of like
Mhm.
a comic book style.
Yes.
So I tried to portray that in the drawings as well. So we kind of got this comic book style taking place. And I love Prismacolors because it really gives a lot of color and a lot of pop. So that's what we went with in this
Yes.
storyline.
Which will look very good. All right. And then do we have another special guest coming today?
And we do. Now, it's taken a little while, so his hair has grown.
Yes, so he
But
looks a little different from the illustrations, but his facial expressions are still there.
we have the character it was
Mhm.
drawn upon. So, Jason, come on in. Let's say hello. Come around here, buddy.
Woo! There's Jason.
So, yeah, so there's our pianist, our young
Mhm.
pianist, and what kind of help inspired some of the illustrations within the book.
Yes. Well, I'm very thankful for Crystal Moody for her work and time and effort with my story.
Well, thank you very
Mhm.
much. I am very appreciative
Mhm.
that you have taught my child such a wonderful skill that he can have for the rest of his life.
Yes.
And he's able to read music better than I am, and it's just such a joy like when you're a parent and you can listen to your or your son
Yes.
play the piano in the living room. Like that is just it's just something about it. So I just really appreciated this time, and going to the recitals have been just some proud mommy moments. And
Yes.
so I am just thrilled that we could get together and do something like this.
Mhm.
And then I'll be 50, 70 years old, and my child will be able to say, "Oh, look what my mom drew," and
Yes.
she put me in the story.
Mhm. Yeah, it'll be a
And
special memento
yeah,
for
and my
sure.
son is a character. You might not have seen it in that 2 seconds, but he is a character. So
Yes.
it just goes along perfect.
Yeah, and he fits the character in my books very well.
And I'm
So,
sure the
yes.
neighbors will probably enjoy it too. They'll
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
seeing their home throughout the
Yes.
book and
Mhm.
drawn in. So
Yes, that'll be great. Well, thank you for
thank
coming
you.
tonight and for listeners and viewers for watching. Stay tuned for more info on our book, Piano Boy. Thank
Yeah, and
you.
get you a copy. It'll have a coloring book
Yes.
with it
Yes,
where
there
you
will
can
be a coloring book.
be your own little artist and
Mhm.
color it in how you see please and fit.
Yes. So we're looking forward to that. Have a good night.